Yeah,
Look at his face.
yeah. Two up, two down.
Look at his
Hey,
face.
yeah.
Money.
Yeah, I wanted the crown and to be celebrated. I rented a tux and I ordered a mink. Stood in the mirror like mama, I made it. Proceeded to brushing the teeth in the sink. Caught me a grill and I'm so melanated. I polished the chain, I ain't gold in the link. And I got me a baby who gave me some babies. I'm raising a lady and building a king. Too cold, you too busy running with another man lane, I guess. Yeah, too bold. I be running on the one way, never change my set like, I don't ever use my signals, yeah. I be in the lane myself, yeah. I don't gotta change my mental, yeah. And I ain't gotta chase my wealth, and I accept my daddy got a kingdom, and everything I ever got is his. If I ever got a problem, I'ma seek him. I never doubt him, been about his biz, oh man, been at. I ain't gotta ride on the wave when the ocean is his. Close with the kid with a
What's good, baby? It's your boy Dale. I'm back in the saddle again. Our motto is to buy, build. We already bought it already, so we already own it, free and clear. Refinance to long-term debt, cash flow. That is the motto. Cliff, man, is that a pretty strong motto, man? What do you think?
Man, the model is strong. Like, you're getting each piece of the invest, right?
What it do, baby? It's your partner Dale and Cliff back in the saddle again for another edition of Real Estate Friday, man. You know what I'm talking about. Cliff, man, what's going on, baby? How you doing, big time? What's going on, baby?
Doing good, doing good. Had a good week. Taking a look at the
Yeah,
market real quick, man. A lot of stuff going down, so I can't complain.
yeah, sir. Did we get the bag, though?
Yeah, we got the bag. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We got a nice bag too. Clip. Did we do
hmm
something today, man? What did we do today? You know, because people keep saying the market is down. What did we do today, Cliff? I just
What did we do
tell the folk
today?
about what did we do today? What did we do
What
today,
we do
brother?
today?
What we do, man? Did
Oh, we
we?
closed on another deal. That's what
What you
happened.
say,
Yeah,
Chuck?
yeah, yeah,
On
yeah.
another transaction?
Got another
Oh
one.
man, got another one, and we about what 1 week away from me finished with the first one, right?
Right. Yep. And that one was closed out. Got another
Yep.
one already. Trying to get that one locked up so we can get that one on the contract so we can get number three. So we moving.
Yes, sir. We moving, and we have 7 more in the pipeline. 7 more and 3 developments. That's 10 transactions. 10 transactions, guys. Hey, Cliff, are there deals out there, brother?
Oh yeah. You gotta look in the right
Yeah.
places.
Yes, sir, man. Yes. And yes, your partner did get the bag, man. Don't you get it twisted that we got the bag, man. But you know what, guys? Let's dive in this thing real quickly, guys. Man, hey, Cliff, let's tell everybody what's going on, man. You guys are getting a gift today because you see it here. You have it every single Friday. But Cliff is a licensed appraiser actively in the market appraising properties. So you're going to get an analysis from him that you get every single week, but it changes every week because the market changes. So Cliff, man, from a appraiser standpoint, standpoint, what's going on with the market, brother?
Yeah, and if anybody's in the Dallas Fort Worth area, hit me up. Hunter Appraisal. We grown. We starting to do a lot more work with investors. So give me a shout. But check out the website hunterappraisal.com. So basically, what I'm seeing right now is going on is it's Dallas is what's going on is there's not too many people putting houses up for market.
Mm-hmm.
So the houses on the market are selling, starting to pick up. The days on market is starting to decrease a little bit. We're
Mm-hmm.
seeing the market get real tight. So what I think is going to happen is actually we're going to start to see if they don't cut rates soon, they're going to force prices to actually jump higher because there's no inventory. Builders aren't really wanting to jump in and start reinvesting yet. They're looking at it, but they still have inventory that they haven't sold yet. So there's no reason to jump onto that new investment. So it's we kind of in a slow moving environment right now. They got to cut rates and bring more people into the market.
For sure, for sure, for sure. Now, Cliff, man, now, what are you seeing? I always go through the price points. 400,000 below. Is it still hot or not?
Oh man, on fire,
On fire.
on fire.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How many days on market is normally that type of property?
And Dallas, I mean, Dallas is different. You know, before the pandemic, it was 30 days. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Right
mm.
now, it's probably sitting around 45 to 60.
Mm.
right now.
Okay.
But below 400K, I'm gonna tell you those deals, those type of properties are selling quick.
Mm.
Matter of fact, I have a property that's gonna go for about 175.
Ooh,
Uh,
wow.
rare, rare.
Wow.
How many days on market do you think it was? 175. 3 bedroom, one bath, 1400 near downtown.
21 days.
Three.
3 days?
3 days on market. They threw that thing up, sold.
Damn.
So when you see numbers like that tells you that's the floor, right? 175. Anything above around that 175 is going to move,
Quick.
right?
Quick. Okay. Okay. 450 to 900,000, what you seeing?
I'm starting to see those prices come down a little bit.
Oh, so you're seeing a counter effect than 400,000 and below, right?
Right. Yeah.
Ooh.
Dale. So with the interest rates where they are, they're still staying high. They jumped up a little bit.
Yep.
So with them being high, it affects the higher end more than lower
It does. It does. It
end. And
does.
so the average buyer right now wants to buy a larger home. The
Mm,
square footage, so you can look at what homes are selling for the square footage. And the
correct.
average person wants more square feet, but the price
Correct.
is not there.
Correct.
So they can either buy smaller square footage or
Yeah.
wait. And I'm seeing
Mm,
a lot of people waiting. Like I've been calling it for a while. I still think there's going to be a boom when they cut. There's a lot of people on the sideline.
Days on the market. Once someone finds what they're looking for in that 450 to $900,000 range, what's the days on the market?
You're probably looking about 65, 70 days, two and a
Whoo.
half months. Yeah. And
Okay.
that's a long time for Dallas.
Long time.
Yeah.
Now, in a place like let's give a counter example. Place like Austin, Texas, or let's say a New York, or a
Mhm.
let's say someone in California. Days on market for 400,000 and above. What are you seeing?
Man, those ones are long. Uh, so like in Austin, they're starting to go more. What happened is using Austin as an example,
Yeah.
huge pullback.
Yes.
Everybody was moving there during the pandemic.
Told y'all.
Houses were selling like crazy. I mean, astronomical prices.
Told y'all.
100,000 over what they were selling a year or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Huge pullback. So the days on market started shooting up.
Yep.
Huge reduction. I think Austin may be one of the top 10 cities with the largest reduction in home
Correct.
prices.
Correct.
So
Correct.
same thing. Like New York is just being. There's still some demand in New York
Sure.
that I'm seeing. I don't look in New York too much because I ain't trying to put my money there. So
Oh, hell no.
you
Hell
know,
no.
it,
No, sir.
no,
Mm-mm.
it's not a good place. They don't want your money there. That they telling you they
No,
don't
they,
want your
they
money
no,
there.
they don't. And guys, you for to see the same scenario is in Los Angeles too. Uh-oh.
Yep.
We're gonna get into that too, guys. Oh my God. Don't you go nowhere, guys. If you are in the Los Angeles area or in that county area or in the state of California, you do not want to leave this live because you're gonna see why in a second. You'll
Yep.
see why in a second. Now, Cliff, $90,000 and above days on the market.
Oh man, long, real long. You want a deal? Look for $900,000 and above, and make some deep discount offers. There's not much going on right now. Again, I think I've mentioned this before. I did an appraisal on a $3 million property near Prosper
Mm-hmm,
out
mm-hmm,
here in Dallas, so it's North Dallas.
mm-hmm,
And the neighbor, that property has been on the market. I think it was like 3 or 4 months already.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to remember if they did a rate, they did a cut, but in that same neighborhood, there was like 7 other houses.
Yep, yep.
So the houses are sitting. They're sitting.
They are sitting, guys, and that's the same thing for land. Land in populated areas, they are sitting as well. I made 3 offers, multi-million dollar offers on 3 properties. I had to get a little bit creative. These were 37 and a half acres, 46 acres, 58 acres, right? Buying and developing lands. We're looking at probably around 1,000 homes combined in all the acreage. That's damn near, that's over 100 acres of land that we're trying to own. And Cliff and I and James are going to be developing that entire land of one's going to be mixed use, and the other ones are going to be SFRs because that is exactly what the market is asking for. And we're going to be following our same counsel that we give you guys. It's gonna be $300,000 and below. Because why? That's the bottom. That's the floor. We're not preaching this. We're not saying this because it's book knowledge, even though it is. This is actual real world knowledge of us doing this on a day-to-day basis. This is the reason why when it comes to values and days on market, Cliff is not only licensed in Texas, he has a nationwide accreditation. Nationwide. So when he's saying from an appraiser standpoint, and I'm coming from a lender and investor standpoint, and he's also an investor as well, this ain't theory. These are real world facts, if that makes some sense. Am I right, Cliff? Or am I off?
No, you're right. So yeah, so basically, have the ability to go to any state that I need to. There's some additional steps involved with that, but we can get it done. So, but looking everywhere. So looking for where there's a lot of good investment opportunities, especially for land. Man, if you're looking for rental, there are some areas where it is prime right now. Like around Dallas, I was looking at land around Dallas. So don't look at DFW. What you want to do is go about, let's say, an hour drive outside of that.
Yes.
If not 2.
Yes.
Man, there's some great opportunities. When I go out, I have a appraisal I have to do out in Greenville. And I gotta go out there and near Sherman. And those areas blowing up.
Mm-hmm.
Sherman is blowing up.
He's right.
So little towns like that are close to Dallas, because Dallas is getting so expensive.
Yes,
people still want to be close to Dallas or any other metro y'all close to. Any of those metros, you go outside of those cities are blowing up bigger because they're still affordable but close to the metro.
Correct. He's correct, guys. Those areas outside of the main cities are blowing up because the cost of the house, you get a square footage, the same square footage, or bigger, a more open house, right? But for a lesser price point. That is the key because people are trying to make the decision on, okay, I have to pay a higher rate, so I have to either be more of a negotiating hawk when it comes to the purchase price, or I got to move to a smaller house. It's really simple, guys. If that makes some sense. Now, let's dive into this, man, real quickly, guys. There is an issue going on right now, specifically with illegal immigrants right now, and was dealing with house squatting crisis. Now, this did not originate from illegal immigrants. This was happening before. It's just taken off now because what's going on, guys. So we're going to look at some film to you kind of see what's going on. We're going to look at the effects of what's going on, but also we're going to give you the counter move on how to deal with this if you are ever if you're ever in the situation. All right, let's dive into this real quickly. This is a real life scenario. Here we go.
This woman was trying to get inside her own home, but the previous owner refused to leave. We told you about Tracy Albert and her husband Miles' harrowing experience 2 weeks ago.
He just said he wasn't leaving. That was it. Wasn't going to leave the house, barricaded himself in the house.
Now, after a 14-month battle, the squatter and his family have finally moved out. A neighbor's surveillance camera captured them pulling out of the garage and driving away.
We came here as fast as we could the next day to get let in, get the locks changed, and saw that he had still left some stuff behind.
Furniture.
Our cameras were there as movers removed each piece of furniture one by one, ridding the house of anything belonging to the previous owner.
Are you nervous that he's going to come here?
Yeah.
To everyone's surprise, the 5-bedroom home is in great condition.
When you first walked in here, were you holding your breath thinking, oh my gosh, I hope that the fixtures are there. I hope the stove is there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The walls were here. We didn't know what he was going to do.
But the Alberts say the entire ordeal has soured them forever on what was once their dream house.
Now that is one cliff of someone actually moving out. That was someone that actually moved out. They moved out, right? That's horrifying. Am I right, Chris? The cliff.
Yeah.
That's horrifying. That's crazy. Now watch this one, guys. This one happened in New York. So now you know this is going to get really special. But I want you guys to watch this in New York real quickly. You're going to see what actually happened. Watch to the end, guys, and see what happened at the end concerning the homeowner and the squatter. Here we go. Let's dive into this real quickly.
Is here with the story. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, Rebecca. So these headlines come as the NYPD says a homeowner was actually murdered by a pair of squatters that she walked in on.
Wow,
and officials want to avoid potentially dangerous confrontations. But the process of legally removing a squatter can be extremely frustrating and expensive and time consuming. And some homeowners, like the one we're about to see, are fed up.
You shouldn't be trying to steal my house. Yes, you are.
This morning, a squatter standoff caught on camera by our station WABC.
There's a man sleeping right there. Get out of my house.
Adele Andaloro says she inherited this New York City house, but a group of people moved in and changed the locks. The NYPD called in, arresting one man.
Why is it that I have to leave and he doesn't have to leave?
Because technically he can't be kicked out. We need to
Wow.
court.
But this man, forcing his way back inside, was allowed to stay.
That's not going on.
He told investigative reporter Dan Krauth he signed a lease in October, though he showed no proof.
So how does this all end then? When do you leave?
The way it ends is either she pays me my money that I put into the house, pay me the money, and I'll leave, or send me to court, and we deal with the judge in court.
In New York City, squatters have tenants' rights after 30 days, making this a landlord-tenant dispute.
Wow.
So when Adele had the locks changed again...
You're getting arrested right now?
I'm being arrested.
For what?
For being in my own home.
Police then took her away in handcuffs for unlawful eviction.
Amazing.
When it comes to squatters, homeowners across the country have to navigate a slew of laws which vary by state.
Crazy.
In Chicago, Danielle Cruz told our station WLS when she tried to sell her home in 2022, a woman moved in claiming to have a lease.
So we show up with the cops, and there's a young woman in there with all of her belongings. They said, unfortunately, they couldn't prove that she was trespassing.
Wow.
We have to go to court and follow the eviction process.
I see the strategy.
But one man is fighting back.
I understand you've been squatting at this residence.
ABC's Jacqueline Lee met with Flash Shelton, who calls himself the squatter hunter.
Is this a growing problem?
I think that it's a growing problem like anything else.
When a squatter took over his mother's house, Flash had her lease the home to him, and then he moved in with the squatter until they left. He's now using the same tactic at other homes.
I would have had a right as a leaseholder to go in, move in on him, put cameras on, and eventually lock him out, and that I could force him to civilly try to fight to get back into a property that he couldn't prove that he had a legal right to be in.
Experts advise always getting an attorney to navigate legal evictions, but warn it can be costly, take several months.
Squatters are looking for an opportunity, and if they think a property is not being maintained or visited, they may make attempts to enter that property that they have no rights to enter in.
Correct.
And part of the reason this is even possible is because of loopholes in tenancy laws. For obvious reasons, you can't have a landlord be able to change the locks at any time if there's a person who is staying there. But of course, this process can be maddening, and that New York case at the beginning of the piece, that's still unresolved. She will have to go to court to get those people out of her house.
Crazy in Cliff. Crazy town, bro. Crazy town. Crazy town that... Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask you. We landlords here, right? We got tenants and everything. So you start to see the strategy. Like I said, if your tenant, or let's say your tenant left, and somebody else came in, right, broke in, and said, "I'm the tenant."
Yeah.
How would you prove that that is not a tenant if they just draw up something they got off Google and said, "Here's a lease"?
Yep.
You have to go to court.
You see the play?
Right.
You see the play. They have successfully found a loophole in the tenancy or in the landlord leasing laws. And in New York, it's even worse. She has to go to court, Cliff. It's going to take her about 3 years to get the property back.
How was it 3 years?
3 years. 3 years. Because New York's court system is so slow. Man, it's so slow. It's so bureaucracy heavy. I mean, you have to go to a court hearing, the court hearing. If the judge doesn't feel, he can say, "I'm going to push it back to another day." And if the clerk is the exact same way. Now, that can happen in any city at all, But it seems to be in New York, from what I have learned, it takes a lot longer to get the issue resolved. In Texas, bro, player, you take them to court, man, 60 days, they out.
Yeah.
It's
Man,
quick.
yeah. I had an issue during COVID,
Yep.
like a lot of people did. And as soon as Texas made a ruling, man, my court case went through, I think, in a week or two after they opened it back up.
So did.
Boom.
Quick.
Yeah.
Quick. Texas is a landlord friendly state. New York, and I ain't believe California is a tenant friendly state. It is. And it's not to bang on those two states. So is Illinois. It is a tenant friendly state. Tennessee, I believe Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi. Normally the Southwest is more so landlord friendly, right? And they're, even when it comes to they're lender friendly as well. If you are financing out a house in New York, it takes at least 60 months, 5 years to get your property back. Foreclose on it. 5 years. 5 years. And if the judge does not like how it was structured, they can say your entire loan has been forgiven. Get out of my courtroom.
Wow.
That can happen.
That's
yes.
wild.
AIM is right. AIM on Instagram, AIM is right. Florida is landlord friendly. Landlord friendly. You want to invest in areas where it's landlord friendly. That's the counter move. You heard what this guy actually said, which did. I wouldn't do that. Hell no. But the exact same time, invest in cities, states, and counties, right, that are landlord friendly, and you better have an attorney retained. You better have one in that state. Go ahead, Cliff.
Oh yeah, got to. You because I mean the truth is, how do you really guard against that if someone can just say, "Here's a piece of paper. I'm a tenant." You're like, I never met you in my life. What you mean you're a tenant? And they're like, take me to court.
Yeah.
How do you guard against that?
You can't. Now, one landlord did something that was very creative, and I wouldn't recommend this, guys. But I gotta say, the hustle is cool. Yes, Aim was right. Georgia is tenant friendly. Do you see? It doesn't matter if it's a Republican state or a Democrat state, because Georgia is considered a Republican state, but it's tenant friendly. Louisiana is technically it's more so a Democrat state, but it does not currently have a Republican governor. Who cares about that at all? But at the exact same time, it is a landlord friendly state.
Oh yeah.
It's real simple, guys. But one landlord, what he did with which was so tight, what he did was he said, "Oh, okay." He said, "Okay, the squatter has rights, and so does the homeowner, which is me. I have rights." This dude waited until the squatter left the house, right? Maybe going to the store, going to work, whatever it may be. Wait till he left the house. He went in there, man, and put 17 snakes in that house.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
17 snakes. He said, and he ain't seen that squatter left so damn fast. So fast. He said, "I have rights too. I got rights too."
That's you put snakes in the house.
Snakes, yes, he did. But he's like, "Hey, man, I got rights too." That's kind of over the top, but it worked for him. It worked for him. So don't forget, you have rights too. Go ahead, Cliff.
Oh no, it's because the same situation happened during COVID. You know, like I said, with a lot of people out there, a lot of landlords, where the second they put it out to where you don't have to pay rent because you can say COVID. I got 2 emails. COVID.
Yep.
You
yes,
know.
Sir.
So
yes, sir.
They're looking for an a reason to not pay. They're looking for a reason to not pay. And I'm trying to be a good landlord. So if there is a good reason, I want to be able to help if I can. But if you're making things up, I need to be able to get my property back. Right.
Correct.
Because I don't know if you know this, in California also is they have a vacant house tax. So even if your house is right.
Wow. A vacant house tax in California?
They have a vacant house tax.
Well, I tell you what, they created taxes like anything. Damn.
They can't because they figured they had a housing problem, and they said there's a lot of people, a lot of foreign investors buy in Louisiana or in Los Angeles just to buy and hold because they know the values keep going up, so they start taxing you on the vacancy.
Yes, they did. Now, AIM on Instagram, guys, says this here. He says, you can tell the cops all the items in the house are your personal property, and you need to remove the personal property from the house. He said it works well if it's an Airbnb. I don't know if that works well when it comes to if it's not an Airbnb, but that makes sense if it's an Airbnb. That makes total sense. It does. It does. He says, don't let anyone Airbnb over 30 days. They become a tenant, not a guest. That's great counsel. That is great counsel. Let me say it again. Don't let anyone Airbnb over 30 days. They become a tenant, not a guest. He's right. You just saw that in New York. If they're creating these leases and staying there over 30 days, when that actually happens, they are now a tenant. He's right. He's spot on. Be smart. Again, stop solopreneuring investing. You better make sure you have a good power team. Make sure you have a good, competent real estate attorney. Real estate, not a litigation, a real estate attorney that is well versed in state, municipal, and county law. You better make sure you have that in place. If not, you're going to get your ass handed to you. It's real simple, guys.
And make sure your property manager have that conversation with them and let them and ask them questions about this. So see, what's your response? What do? Do you have steps? You want to be able to have a communication with them as well, because they're the ones really managing the day-to-day of your property.
And AIM just said some states days when it comes to someone staying there is 7 days. You better make sure you got your crap in order. 7 days.
Wow.
7 days. Someone said it was 7 days. Correct. In Texas, if you are leasing a house in Texas, guys, and typically on a lease, you put who's staying in the property, cars, if there's any type of pets as well, no problem. But if someone stays longer than 14 days, they are now a tenant. That is the reason why. That is the reason why on lease agreements, it actually says anyone staying over 14 days or above, you have to alert the landlord. Because why? It falls into the tenancy laws now. Read your leasing agreements and make sure your leasing agreements are drafted just like that. It's real simple. It's not hard, guys. Read. Get an attorney. Stop being cheap. Does that make sense? Not hard. Not hard. Now, Cliff, I'm glad you said a vacancy tax in California. Yo, when I heard this, Cliff, man, the Los Angeles mansion tax nightmare, I said, what the hell is this? A mansion tax? And you're going to see, and it intertwines right into when the National Realtor Association got sued and was forced to pay a settlement. You're going to see how these intertwine. This is crazy town. Listen to this. This is in Los Angeles, California. All right? So if you're in LA or LA County or somewhere in California, you better watch out. Here we go, Cliff. This is crazy town. Here we go, man. Let's listen to this, man. Listen to this. Listen very closely to all the inner workers on this, because this is done strategically. Here we go.
LA's luxury houses sales plummet 70% amid mansion tax launch. Just another brilliant idea coming out of the great state of California. Here we go. 1 year after its launch, LA's mansion tax, levying a 4% tax on properties priced between $5 million and $10 million, has led to a 68% drop in luxury house sales, significantly below its fundraising target. Real estate developer Houman Ghaffari criticized the policy as ineffective, labeling it a sham that fails to meet its goal while rendering new developments financially unfeasible, despite generating $215 million. Only 22% of the $900 million target the city defends the policy, citing a gradual increase in revenue. Greg Good from LA's housing department argues that the funds are crucial for aiding distressed tenants and accelerating affordable housing projects. Wow, Tom. So, Tom, I'm honestly reading this. I'm flabbergasted that this is actually happening. I have my own thoughts I'm going to give. It's a very weird twist I'm going to take, but I want to hear your thoughts, Tom.
Okay, I'm going to give you a warning to Californians. So they needed 900 million target. So you have to read behind the lines.
Yes.
You know, not between the lines. You got to read behind the lines because they hide. And they needed to raise 900 million target. And they said, hey, man, let's just tax, do your Bernie Sanders, tax the billionaires.
Yeah. Tax the billionaires and the billionaires.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So that's what they're going to do. So we're going to tax the mansions. Every time they sell a mansion, we're going to do that. And we'll make $1 million. High five, Bert. Everything. It's all fine. It's going to work, right? Wait. Now watch.
Yeah.
So they mess with capitalism. They mess with market forces. And what did market forces said? Market forces said, wow, that's a hot stove. I'm going to back off of it. That's what happens in market forces. Things move around. It's not isolated. They raised only $215 million. Warning Californians, warning Angelenos, they're looking for $685 million. They needed 900. They only got 215. Stand by, brace for impact, LA. Here comes more gas tax. Here comes other things. They got to make up that money because they're seeking it. So point number one, the unintended consequence strikes again. Bad policies have consequences. The market said, I'm not interested in that tax, so I don't want to. And they don't make their money, but they're looking for 685 California, and they're coming for you.
And how are they implementing?
Cliff, bro. What you think, Doc? What's going on? Talk to her. What's going on, man? How do people real fast? And guys, we ain't done. We're not done. Hold on. It gets worse. Go ahead.
Nah, California.
It's the worst.
Man, it's really hard to say a lot about what's going on out there. I mean, there's not a tax they don't like. They're going to make up taxes. Just make them up. Vacant. Oh, your house is vacant? Tax. Oh, you got somebody in the house? Tax. We're going to tax that too. How you gonna tax both if the house is vacant and if it's not vacant? We gonna tax it. That makes no sense.
Yeah, they got a carbon tax too. Like, god damn, gas tax. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a blinking tax. You know, when you blink out, blinking tax, sight tax, haircut tax. It's gonna be a whole bunch of taxes.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
And so they implemented this plan, and they said we're gonna make a whole bunch of money. And they didn't meet their goal by they only collected not even a third of the goal. These guys are stupid.
Because think about it, you're gonna lose millions of dollars. You might as well rent it, or you're just gonna stay.
These guys are stupid. These are dumb people. It gets worse, Cliff. Hold on, y'all. We're not done, y'all. It's comedy hour, y'all, for dumb people running states. Here we go and go.
Implement? Is this on a sale price? Is this on a property tax? Is this
what the hell?
When we started this in 2020, I remember you gave this symbolism. How much of this you're going to take? Right? If you push someone, you push someone, you push someone.
I stop pushing them. I'm Bernie Sanders.
At some point, people in LA be like, dude, I can't even.
Get out of my personal space. Yeah,
stop pushing me. In LA, 5 to 10 million ain't exactly like 20 million and up. Now we're talking big houses.
Yeah.
The average house in LA is like
it's at least $1 million. It's at least $1 million for sure. Yeah. That's crazy.
Here you go. Just type in, how does LA mansion tax work?
Yeah.
Okay, type
Listen
it up.
to this. Here we
Not
go.
well.
The so-called mansion tax in LA applies to property sales of $5 to $10 million.
Sales.
Properties over $5 million incur an additional 4%, while properties costing over $10 million cost another 5.5%.
Oh,
let me tell you.
We go there.
By the way, you know what that is? That's $550,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch this.
So anyways, so that means if oh my God, this is such.
How happy are you that you got the hell out of California?
It's an understatement. But let me tell you what angle this is. The same clowns that said realtors shouldn't get paid their 6% commission want The 4 and a 5.5% commission, who the hell are you? So that means LA County officially became a realtor.
Yes!
And pay me the commission for not doing anything with the work. And then I'm going to give the money to homeless people because I've done such a good job, everybody in LA, with homeless folks, that I'm going to clean it up. Trust me, we're going to clean it up. Oh, yeah, we definitely trust you to clean it up. Your reputation doesn't show that you can be trusted. But yeah, we're doing this. 4% and 5.5% in taxes. Who do you trust more to keep that money, a realtor or the city? Give it to the realtor. Stop arguing with the realtor, making the money. Negotiate. Allow the numbers to be taking place. This is like a slap in the face for LA realtors, by the way. So you know what this works out to be? So imagine you're a realtor. You're selling a $10 million house. Say I'm trying to sell my house for $10 million. Now the guy that's selling the house has to sit there and say, honey, you realize if we sell this house for $10 million, we're paying 6% to the realtor.
Yeah.
We're paying 5.5% for this.
Yeah.
We're paying $1.1 million to sell a $10 million house.
What?
That means we sold it only for $8.9 million, and that's not even including the capital gains taxes I have to pay and the 13% taxes I have to pay. So let's just say this guy bought this house at $6 million. Let's just actually do the math. He buys it for $6 million, Tom. Let's do it the right way. $6 million, sells it for $10 million, okay? And he gives his realtor 6%, okay, plus 5.5%.
Yeah.
Let's just say that's 1.1 million.
Yeah.
You bought it at 6 million. What do you have to pay? What other kind of taxes do you have to pay on
Okay,
it?
so now we're at 8.9 in hand, and we have 6 we can deduct. So the government's going to say, now you have to pay taxes on 2.9.
Yes, you do.
So the 2.9, the capital gains and the California, that's going to come up to, if they don't take a housing exemption, we'll stay away from that. So that's going to be 39.5 and 13 California.
56?
53, I think 52.
Okay.
52.
Okay, so put 52 on 2.9.
1.4. No, 1.5. 1.5 on the note.
So, Vinny, you bought the house at $6 million.
Easy money.
You sold it at $10 million.
$4 million profit.
You made $4 million in profit.
Yeah.
But after every fee you paid, you only keep 1.5 million of the $6 million.
No,
that's correct.
Million. That's what happened.
Ridiculous.
That's what just happened.
That's not. I'm not selling it. It's stupid.
Welcome to California, where the
oh my God! What?
You understand what just happened, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So guess what? That's what just happened.
Oh God!
The
$4 million profit. I only walk away with 1.5.
$1.5 million.
The state tax commissioner. Do you know this guy, Dover? Right? Benjamin Dover. He goes by Ben.
So hold on, Cliff. If you're in California, get out. Get out. Leave.
And what I heard too is he mentioned that California tax. I think it's about 13%. Right, in California.
Yes.
And most of the time when you pay taxes, me and Dale, we get. I don't know if you pay yet. You got to pay by the 15th, right? April 15th. You gotta write that check. In California, that's not true. You don't wait till the end of the year to pay that tax when you sell a property. You pay that tax at closing.
At the close, baby.
You can't even. Maybe I might find a way to write it off. You know what I'm saying? You might pull a Grant Cardone, buy you a plane or something. You can't even do that in California. You can't write off those profits. You got to pay it at close.
At the close. It has to go on the HUD. Or they call it the Alta out there, I believe, which is the same as a HUD. So hold on. In that example, God damn. Woo! My head is hurt.
So
my head is hurting,
you can't be an investor. You can't invest.
Look at that.
There's no equity.
Clip. Let's do this math real.
Wow.
God damn. This is whoa. I mean, Clip. Look at. Let's do the math, man. Oh, son of a bitch. Look at the math. Okay, at $10 million, right? 10 million, right? Here we go. 10 million, that's right. You owe what? 6 million, right? So now what's happening is you have $4 million in profit. Cliff, you have to pay what's 39, it's 39%. So 4 million times 39. Hold on. I'm gonna do this. So you got 39% taxes, plus you got to pay another 13 in taxes. So that is 52%. So let's go to it. So $4 million, right? Here we go. Times 39%. Cliff, that's 1.5 million in taxes. We ain't got to the 6% sales at all. So that's 1.56 million in taxes. God damn. And so you have 10 million, Cliff. We ain't done. 10 million times 6%. That's $600,000 plus the 1.56 million that you just paid, right? Boom. Now you at 2.1 million. We ain't got to no title fees. We ain't got to no county taxes. We ain't got to no state taxes. We ain't got to no IST tax. We ain't got to none of them yet, Cliff.
Right. Rate buy downs, any other things they want off the property for a deal at closing.
So typically, Cliff, typically it's about 0.5% is hold on 1 second. My bad. Hold on. So 10 million typically it's about what? Typically the closing cost for a title company is about what? 0.5% or 1%, Cliff? What do you think it is?
Closing costs, I usually put it around 2%.
2%. Son of a bitch. So that's 200,000 plus the 2 point.
It's probably I do mine on lower deals, so on that one it might be decreased, but we're gonna go with it.
Okay, hold on, because it is California. So 10 million times 2%. Here we go. That's 200,000 plus the 2.160 million that you have to pay also in taxes to the state, 59%, 52%, plus 6% to the realtors, plus 2% in closing for the title company. That's 2.36 million. Okay, 4 million minus the 4 million, right? Cliff, you're taking on $1.64 million. God damn, Cliff. Son of a. So you've lost. So Cliff, oh my God. So 4 million, no, 1.64 million, right? Divided by 4 million. How much is good God, you have paid some 59% of all of your profits went to taxes and fees. What the hell? Get out of California.
Yeah. But so Dale, but what you got to realize though, so they said sales went down, right?
Yeah.
They didn't. I think they said 70%, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, we just proved that on a $6 million house that went to 10, you're trying to sell it for 10. So you had basically the house almost doubled, right?
Yes.
The house almost doubled in value.
Yes.
And you barely walked away with maybe 10%, 15% of the value, right? What do you do if you don't have equity?
You see what I'm saying? You can't sell.
And that's why they haven't been selling. We can't sell. There's no point in selling because look at all the fees and costs. If that's with almost doubling the value, what if they've got it for 6, Dale, and now it's only worth 8?
God damn.
You see what I'm saying?
Do they understand how much they have? Actually, they do. They know what they're doing. But what they've done, guys, is they have destroyed the LA, and this is from $5 million to $10 million. The whole luxury market is dead. It's done for. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Trash.
You just don't. Why? Because what are you going to do? Are you thinking they're going to stop? They're not going to stop here.
Get out. And you think that this starts in LA County? You better believe it's gonna go all over the state. They're gonna rinse and repeat. Get out. Move. If you're in New York, when it comes to squatting, get out. Move. Holla at you. Get out. That's lunacy, Cliff. I think you're right. Investing in that price point is dead.
Yeah, you can't.
It's dead.
You can't. There's no look again. Look at that's Dale. Imagine this: you found a great deal. You bought it. You're all in $6 million. You're selling it for 10. Your profit after that is about 1, maybe 1.5.
Yep.
It still is risky because if it happens
Yep.
to sell for 9 instead of $1 million,
Yep.
your profit drops from 1.5 to maybe 500,000.
Wow. This is y'all. Wow. Well, man,
buy.
it's
Don't buy
man.
out there.
Man, what's the real estate counter move? Get out. Get out.
Don't get involved in the first place. Yeah.
No, only do this if you have, realistic, Cliff, only do this if you realistically have at least 40% equity.
Yeah.
At least 40%. At least. 40% and above is the only way this works. Because 41% of all the profit is going to taxes to the government and closing fees.
And then you got to factor in, that's if you're trying to sell it, right? You're trying to sell these, that's what the costs are. So who's buying?
Nobody.
Whoever's buying that property has to factor in, I've got to sell this later on. So I'm going to buy it for a lower price because I got to resell it.
Wow. I feel sorry for all of the realtors out there because realistically, they use that National Association of Realtors lawsuit as a way to get the government involved in every transaction. They have effectively become a realtor. LA City of LA has. They really have. Get out. You got to go.
And they got
get out.
And where do you see that money? That was it 250 million? You don't see it. You don't see that money.
No, man. No, it's and right now they actually have in within the legislature right now to tax you on unrealized gains. Get out. Leave. Get out. California is right now has a bill drafted up called AB 2549 on tax you on unrealized gains. And if you leave the state, they're gonna chase you for them taxes. This is ridiculous.
Did that go through?
It's still in the legislature right now. Your boy, what's his name? Gavin Newsom said he ain't gonna sign it. I don't believe him.
Who proposed that? If you leave the state, why they? I mean, you got to deal with the problem. Why are they leaving?
Cliff. It was drafted by. It was drafted by two. It was drafted by two representatives in their house, which is called the Assembly. Right. Both of them Democrats. The whole bill of Democrats. The whole bill was drafted by Democrats. All of them. And it said, who in there, right? Because California is a super majority for Democrats in both chambers and the governorship.
I just don't. They haven't thought it through. They haven't thought it through.
And they're not going to think it through. They're not. These people don't have real jobs. They don't have real jobs. They don't.
I guarantee this is going to end. They have to. It's everything that's going on in California is wild. The taxes that they're putting on, even down to the gas, like you mentioned, they're gonna have to increase gas, the food prices. I think they just raised the minimum wage out there too, right? So now the food's more expensive. Everything's more expensive because the workers got to get their money, right?
Cliff, one of the people running for senator in California. Senator is proposing a $50 minimum wage. What is going on?
They're saying what they need to say. $50. That's $100,000 a year. Minimum wage.
Minimum wage. $50 an hour. Minimum wage.
If you did that, everybody moved to California. Everybody go move.
McDonald's is closing down some of their stuff in California because of the fact that they're trying to get a $25 minimum wage. $25. They're pushing for that right now, Cliff. $25 minimum wage.
Oh yeah, it's in a lot of these states. I actually know somebody who graduated. A family member graduated in Seattle, right? Graduated and out of high school, getting $25 an hour to work at Home Depot.
Huh?
Yeah.
In California?
No. This is go north in Washington.
Oh no,
in Washington. I'm sitting there going, that's $50,000 a year out of high school to work at Home Depot. That's a beast, man. That's great. Good for him. You know what I mean? For anybody who gets that kind of money, that's amazing. Out of high school, $50,000 to work at Home Depot. Take that.
That's gonna kill all the small businesses because the big box stores they can pay that. They can pay it.
You know what? And when I actually go down and see it, it's what's happening is what's crazy is the values just go up. They're crazy. That you would think more people would leave. You would think all these different stuff would happen. What ends up happening is just the rent just goes up. That's how they offset all those costs. Is they just increase the rent. That's why you go to LA and you look at it, it's almost like New York, right? You got a 300 square foot apartment going for $4,500 a month, right?
Yeah,
how do you do that? They just keep raising rent. That's how they deal with it.
Whenever you hear someone saying, "I want a higher minimum wage," guys, that the money has to be paid by somebody. And what businesses do is they pass that cost to the consumer. That's called economic 101. So when someone says, "I want $50 an hour minimum wage," we should raise the minimum wage. That person probably does not know that they're gonna wind up paying that themselves.
Yeah, because what I tend to see is they don't understand. They think the owner is making all this money, and that's what I've noticed. They don't know. A lot of the people coming up with these laws don't know the difference between gross revenue and net revenue.
Oh my God!
So when they see that you own a McDonald's, y'all did $3 million in sales, they think the owner is making $3 million. You're like, no, we got fees, the costs, and employees. I may be making $300,000 or $200,000 a year after all the costs. You see what I'm saying? So if you raise the cost, that $200,000 profit I have is now $75,000, and now it's not worth it as an investment.
Dumbass people, idiots, doofulises. I mean, if this is the quality of worker coming out of college, do not go to college. Do not. You don't know the difference between gross and net? The hell out of here. Huh? Oh my God.
Listen to them. They'll say he made $4 million. No, they grossed $4 million. That's not net. We're not even talking about net. That's a whole even another conversation.
That's another conversation. Net. The stupid people, dumbasses, doofulises. Pick a word. This is just, man, if you are in an area, a state, a county, a city that runs like LA or New York City, get out. I understand that you may have raised your family there, may have business there. I'm rocking with you. Still, get out. Let them have the state. Let them run it into the ground, and then we come back in and buy all the scraps up. Let them have it. Let them have it, guys. These guys are the dumbest people I've ever seen in my life. You don't know what the difference between gross and net? What the fuck?
Yeah. Because they look, even the employees will look at the cash register and go, "We did 30,000 in sales today." I'd be like, but the lights cost money. The building, you got to pay property taxes.
Yeah. Bro, I'm trying to tell y'all, man, get out. Get out. You heard it here first or second. Get out. Please. I live in Texas. Thank the Lord. Thank you, Lord. Because, man, I don't want to visit New York City. I don't want to visit New York State. I don't want to visit California. No, sir. No. I'm gonna stay right in Southwest United. Yes, sir. No, I'll fly over it. Sure. No, sir. I'll fly over, but I am not going. No, sir. No. They do not want. They don't want money.
Dale, but the weather, beautiful weather, amazing.
You can have
weather.
it. You can have the weather. I'll stick with the heat. I'm good. Heat and dollars in the bank account. I'm great. Because as you said in California, their tax event, you're gonna have a hat tax, a T-shirt tax. It's gonna be a blink tax, an eyelash tax. It's gonna be hair follicle taxes coming. It's coming, y'all. The tax on everything. Walk outside tax in every grain of dirt tax. It's coming, bro. It's coming, y'all. They gonna think of something. Because these dudes are stupid. They're dumbasses.
It's different. It's definitely different. I don't know how they don't go broke. I think that's what all these taxes are. Is they've spent so much money trying to solve the problems that they're having to come up with new revenue. Ugh. And that's where all this is coming from. They need new revenue because think about it. It may be smart. Like the reason why we're raising wages is because we're raising payroll tax. You see what I'm saying? You think that we're helping people. No, you're trying to get more revenue for the state.
So I told y'all, man, that bill of tax on unrealized gains. Think about this, Cliff. That's what they're saying. You're a licensed appraiser, right? Let's use that $10 million example that Patrick used on that property. You appraise the property is $10 million. So what happens is under this new law of taxing unrealized gains, right? You hand over to the government or to the tax man for the state of California. Hey, my property's worth $10 million. They say, hold on, let's have our state attorney or state employee verify that. They go in and do an analysis, and they have no qualifications on doing what they're not doing at all. They say, well, we think you lied, Cliff, so therefore it's not worth $10 million. We think it's worth $15 million. You lied, you committed fraud. So therefore, we got to tax on that $5 million.
It's impossible.
I'm trying to tell you, a state attorney determines this. Yes, sir.
So if all my money is in Bitcoin, I don't hold cash. I got Bitcoin. It's up to 100,000 one day, down to 5,000 the next. How you gonna tax me on that?
Easy, because they say it's worth 100,000. We don't care what you say. They say you tell them it's worth 10,000. They say you lied. You committed fraud. We say it's worth 100,000. We declare it to be 100,000.
Yeah, that's wild. It's and then they're gonna actually take that. And if you can't pay it, then they'll take the property itself back, and the state will own it, and then resell it at a premium because they undervalued it.
So does this sound familiar to something that's happening in New York with a former president?
There's no way. You can't. There's no way you can go after unrealized capital gains,
brother.
It's impossible.
I hear you, but people say it's unconstitutional. I agree with you. There's a case. Excuse me. There's a case in front of the Supreme Court right now. Moore versus the United States government. They're out of the state of Washington. Washington charged them on taxes on unrealized gains. They've already done it. They appealed it to the Ninth Circuit of Appeals, and guess where? California. And the Ninth Circuit of Appeals, right, which is the most powerful court of appeals in the Western part of the United States, said that what Washington State did was fine. It was constitutional. It was constitutional. Yes,
it passed. It
yes.
Was the judge confirmed it.
Yes, they said yes. They said no problem. They had to appeal it to the Supreme Court. If the Supreme Court wouldn't have taken the case, that would have set case law or precedents so where people can now do that. Yes. I think the next Court of Appeals, I think it's around maybe 9 judges, I believe. I may be wrong on the numbers, so forgive me if I am. But 9 judges, they were like, "Yep, yes, sir, it's constitutional," because they said the word income on the 16th Amendment. They said the word income. It talks about not income that you've made only, but also income of unrealized gains.
But that's not income.
They say it is.
I can't spend money I hold up. How can it be income if I can't spend it?
They said because of the fact that you can take advantage of it.
Take it, my man. This is
Yes, sir. On paper, you can take advantage of it. Now, let's say, for instance, that same asset loses money, and you now are in the negative. You don't get that money back, and you pay taxes on it, on unrealized gains, so to speak. You get the government will not send you a refund. Nope.
So it really what we talking about here when we talk about unrealized gains and everything, we just talking about like if you own a stock and that stock goes from $5 to $10, it doubles.
Correct.
They're saying on that $5 profit that you've made, you should get taxed on that even though you haven't sold the stock.
Correct.
Which is crazy because the whole point of how you gained wealth is holding that stock or that real estate and allowing it to go up in value over time. If you keep taxing it,
correct.
And how can you tax that same unrealized gain over and over? What I mean by that is if it goes from $5 to $10, they're like, well, you owe us $2 on that unrealized gain. Okay, you give me 2. Now you're at 8. But if that $10 stock now goes to 20,
yep.
You're thinking, oh, I got $12. I got $12 in profit. No, they're gonna come in and say, nope, that's 4. So basically, if you add that 4 plus the other one, you're almost down of that $10 or $20 profit 6. So they're taking more than half because it's constantly every year they're taking that. That's wild. That's wild.
And they said they can disagree with them what the market actually says. If the market says it's worth 20, they said, well, no, we say it's worth 25.
Right.
And this works on the value of dogs, your car, paintings, 401ks, IRAs, 403bs, Roth IRAs. Should I keep going? Houses, stocks, bonds, mutual funds.
So Dale, from a strategic standpoint, wouldn't it be smart to debt out your equity at this point?
Yes, it would be.
That's what I would do. I would set up a separate company as a debt instrument to provide debt.
Correct.
To all of my assets to say, nope, dollar per dollar.
Correct.
I have debt attributed to it, so it's not valued.
Correct. Correct. That's what Nike does. Nike has Nike America, and they also have a Nike in other different countries, right? What happens is Nike America creates debt for Nike Hong Kong. I'm making something up. Hong Kong, which creates debt for Nike Indonesia, which creates debt for Nike South America, which creates debt for Nike Spain, and all the money flows back to Nike America. So they're always on paper in arrears.
Right. Yep.
It's the power. It's the game. Master the game of leverage via debt. You will never have to pay taxes ever again legally. Because you cannot tax debt because debt is an expense.
Right. Man, they just and every time they do this, they think they're getting the man, and you ain't getting them. There's a workaround. There's a way. So
every single time, guys. But man, this was a field with a lot of information, which was great. Again, guys, visit hunterappraisals.com. That's Cliff's company. He's an appraiser. Reach out to him, guys. hunterappraisals.com, which is great. If you need him, holler at him. He's right there as well. Also, guys, we have a sponsor, American Rounds. Here is a promo for what they're doing. It's the first AI-powered ammo vending machine in your grocery store. You can actually acquire ammo via an AI-powered vending machine in your grocery store. Here we go, guys. Let's go to it.
The CEO of American Rounds. We are in Pell City, Alabama at Fresh Value grocery store installing the first ever automated retail machine for ammunition. The stores were really the inspiration for it. I mean, they knew their customer base and they came to us and thought this would be a really good opportunity for their customer base. There's a lot of hunting community here in Pell City and thought that their customers would love an opportunity to be able to buy ammunition here at the store.
We're super excited to offer, what we think is the first ammo kiosk We're always looking for ways to give our customer another reason to come visit our stores. Anything that we can do to help them make their shopping trips easier based on the feedback that we've gotten just from customers today. They are so excited about us having the ammo kiosk.
We're getting ammo!
One of the ways we're changing the landscape of ammunition sales is to make it more available. Being able to move into a place like a grocery store, supermarket makes it a lot more available to the public. But we're taking a different approach to it. Traditionally, ammunition is sold at outdoor type stores, your sporting goods stores, and it just sits on a shelf. It's very accessible. Because of that, there's a high rate of theft. But with our machines, as you can see here, we have a very secure automated retail machine. We're able to age verify. We scan a driver's license. It then takes 360 facial recognition for the purchase and matches it to the ID. So the machines really provide an opportunity for safe, affordable, and available ammunition sales.
There is no doubt that foot traffic will increase based on the feedback that we've gotten. And again, we're super excited not only to have it here, but in other locations in Fresh Value as well.
We're really excited about where we're going. We are going to continue to expand here in Alabama. We have a machine slated to go into Oklahoma, Louisiana, Texas. So over the next year, we're looking forward to, seeing these roll out all throughout the South and the Southeast.
Guys, that's American Rounds, guys. American Rounds, full disclosure, I am an owner of that company as well, also with those partners as well. We're in Alabama, Oklahoma. We are expanding into 250 stores in Texas alone in the next 18 months, 250 stores, 18 in the next 60 days, guys, in Texas alone, guys. So, hey, go to at American Rounds to get more information about it, guys. Ask any questions at all. We've had it's just exploded. It's really, really, really exploded, guys. And again, guys, to go back, again, Hunter Appraisers, guys. If you need an appraisal, go to hunterappraisal.com and you'll get Cliff. You can meet Cliff live and in person. Ask him any questions you want to ask him. He's right there, guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just hit me up. Those are online form. Just fill it out. And any questions that you have, just go through the portal. We'll be able to hook you up.
Yes, sir. Cliff, you want to say anything, man, for me and Big Dog?
Nah, man, just same thing I say every week, man. You're one deal away. So you're close. Just do that first deal, and I'm telling you, it's downhill from there, man. Just get that first deal done.
Yes, sir, man. And if you need any help in the council, guys, reach out to your partners, man. We're here, man.
Yeah.
I'll fund deals if it makes sense. If the real estate deal makes sense, I'll fund deals. If you have any deals, any business ideas as well, I own a private equity firm as well. We're actively investing in companies as well also. So, guys, man, thank you so much for your time. God bless you. We end it every time because we look better than you. It's okay, baby. Don't get mad at us. Talk to Jesus about that thing. But before you leave and while you can, man, take the picture for your mom and guys. We'll see you next week, guys. All right, y'all. Peace.
Thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Big God, big grace.